How's it going, everyone? This is Jose Trujillo. I'm the world's greatest living artist, coming to you here from my art studio. And today I want to talk to you about why is there such a big confusion as to what it is to be an artist. How do we approach, this art journey that you may have? How do we, how do we start batting? How do we start really just moving forward and doing the things that we need to do and removing those blockers. I call them, these blocks that are preventing us from doing the things that we want, doing the things that we're, I call them bumps. We're trying to get somewhere, and there's all sorts of little things that happened along the way. And I think the reality of that here, Starbucks, baby. The reality of that is, I found out that there's so much confusion as to what it is to be an artist. And here's the thing, guys. Are you mixing these two things? Okay, this is the message of the video. Are you mixing these two things together? And thus, getting all sorts of weird results. Here's what I mean, okay? Let's step back. Step back. Being an artist is one of those things that you can claim to be an artist. You create artwork, you can claim to be an artist. There's nothing wrong with that because it's perfectly true and it's okay and it's fine and that's the way it is. Other careers, you can, let's say that you happen to like reading WebMD, you happen to like medicine, you can't say you're a medic, you can't say you're a doctor. You happen to like law, you can't claim you're a lawyer unless you get certain yays or nays, you pass the bar or whatever. Being an artist, you can be an artist, right? There's nothing that's preventing you. There's no one that's saying, no, you can't be an artist. Yes, you can be an artist. No one except, critics out there, but they won't stop you because you can create artwork and no one will prevent you from creating artwork or calling yourself an artist. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So with that being said, we're all artists in our own right? The thing that gets confusing here, this is what I'm confusing, is that some of us are artists that we create artwork because it's dynamic, right? Some of us create artwork for personal satisfaction, enjoyment. I want to do it on the weekends. I want to kind of take on plein air painting, sort of like golf. Or I just love creating artwork, and I have to create artwork daily, but I can only devote an hour or 30 minutes to it, and that's it. That's it's kind of like something I do on the side. Maybe you're a doctor and you like to paint on the side, kind of thing. I don't know. Then there is what I call the working artist. That's a different type of breed. Okay, not better, not worse. It's just different. However, the working artist gets messages, right? Or the person that wants to be a working artist tends to get messages because a lot of the messages that come out are from different types of artists. But usually this has been my experience. This was my experience. I would get messages, not knowing this, from artists who were not working artists. My message was from artists who were not working artists, who like I mentioned right now, who painted, who created artwork, but it was sporadically, But although I wanted to be this high production artist, right? I wanted to create a lot of artwork. I wanted to create big art pieces and exhibit, sell my work. But my message was being conflicted because I was listening to artists who were, be bohemian kind of thing, and I was very bohemian. Nothing wrong with that if that's your cup of tea. But if you want to go somewhere else, you got to start thinking where your messages are coming from. Okay? So I used to have this big badass art studio downtown. And I used to get together with friends and, sipping a little wine, talk about the artwork, talk about our dreams, our expectations, and this and that, and what we wanted. But I realized that about 99% of the people that were there, they didn't want what I wanted. They wanted to create artwork for sure, or maybe they fantasized about what I wanted, but they didn't really want what I wanted. Or they were not doing it, let's put it that way. So I was getting my messages from people who didn't know that, who didn't understand that. I should have been getting my messages, right? Here's the thing of this video, guys. Here's the juice. I should have been getting my messages from other working artists, from people who were high production artists, people who had their art studios and they were in high production and they were and when I mean high production doesn't necessarily mean high production in the art, high production in their marketing, maybe high production somewhere. There's high production somewhere. Okay, the best ones have high production everywhere, I've noticed, but high production somewhere. Either they have a very good amount of production creating their work, and they have really high production on marketing their work, like Instagram or Facebook or whatever, or whatever it was, right? Or art galleries. But my messages were coming from people who were like, if you don't feel like painting, it's just those days you just don't, and or you have to really be inspired, or all these sort of things luxuries. I call them luxuries too, okay? Pay attention to this one, you guys. Pay attention. These are luxuries that you are able to take if you're not painting daily. If you're not painting consistently and persistently, you get to take luxuries. You get to have luxuries such as, I really think about, exhibiting. I don't really know until I find that right frame, the right frame for my artwork. Then I'll start exhibiting. Or I don't know when I'm going to paint next. I really have to think about it. I really have to, sketch it out. And those are luxuries. A working artist doesn't work like that. A working artist starts creating artwork, and out of that movement, the juice starts coming out, okay? So I'll leave you guys with that. Be careful, pay attention. It doesn't matter. Neither one is better or worse, okay? It's just different paths. So if you want to kind of create artwork for the love of it, right? There's a certain message. It's not even about the message. There's a certain vibration level you're operating at. But if you create artwork, like me, you're creating artwork all the time, every time, you're not going to stop, and you're just going to plow forward. There's a different vibration that I'm operating at. It's faster, it's more art supplies, more talking to galleries, it's a different vibration. So there is no compromise for luxuries, certain luxuries, okay? And you have to listen to people. If that's what you want, if you want to be operating at this vibration, you have to listen to people who are doing that. Otherwise, it will make you very, very dizzy, and there's conflict in ideas. They're both artists, but there's conflict in ideas, and one cannot help the other move forward. Especially if you are an artist who wants to paint every now and then, and you do it, calmly for the love of it and everything. That's totally awesome. But an artist who wants to create more work, who wants to go into the gallery system, who wants to live off of that, make a living, cannot listen to those ideas and move forward, or the ideas of the artist who wants to paint every now and then, because it will conflict. Sooner or later, it will conflict. I'm telling you guys, you have to listen to other people who are doing high amounts of production if you want to be an artist who does high amounts of production. I know it's redundant, but hey, I never hear anyone talk about this kind of stuff. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, okay? I'm not trying to say that if you just want to paint for fun, you're not a professional. No, I won't even touch that because we all do artwork for different reasons. It's personal. All I'm saying is that if you want to take it somewhere else, listen to people who are taking it somewhere else, because it's going to be very hard if you don't. I'll leave you with that. The name is Jose Trujillo. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.